folks. It's Monday, July 18th, 2022. Coming up on the program today, summertime pedophilia has something to do with the weather, I guess. Plus, the sounds of murder to put you to sleep. Accusing a lesbian of dick sucking is a big no-no. And upcycling dildos into sensible footwear. All coming up today.
Distorted View Show with Tim Henson.
I'm a sucker for other people's pain.
Are you on the internet? Isn't that for techno geeks with spreadsheets?
That really gave me tranny baby fever.
I'm gonna lose my mind today.
And I love the aftertaste of semen in my mouth.
All right, hey freaks, Tim Mack here with you, starting a new week of programs, and I have a fantastic one for you. We begin with a Meade Skelton update. My God, you freaks do not sleep. You don't quit. All this weekend, you've been doing some real investigative work. I'm so proud of you. Starting with Reverend Skullfucker, who found an audio recording from Meade. Now, we've heard some of these before. He'll post an audio clip on the Apricity, that European Cultural Committee website. Really, I think a message board for white supremacists or something. I don't know. Anyway, the last time he did it, he wanted feedback on if he sounded masculine. I just want to know, I feel like I sound masculine, but sometimes people say I'm very effeminate, and I just don't understand where people are getting it from. I declare. Oh, my stars, these baseless allegations, they're giving me the vapors. All right, so Meade is back. He's recorded another vocal sample, and he's looking for feedback this time. Not if he sounds masculine. He knows he sounds masculine. There's no one more masculine than the singer of Sweet Tea. He's looking to see if people think he sounds black, except he doesn't use the word black. Horse.
Okay, I was just wondering to get a possible opinion if I sounded all Negro. Yeah. I think you can tell I'm white.
There has been some confusion, though. Occasionally, even I scare myself. I sound a little hood.
And if I sounded all Negro, I think you can tell I'm white. But sometimes if you listen to very well-educated Negro speakers, there's a similar voice because, well, especially if you listen to some of the Negroes, not exactly.
Count how many times he says Negroes. He can't help himself. He does it on purpose.
Exactly, Morgan Freeman, but some of the ones that were interviewed, of course, here in Virginia, we have lots of Negroes who are very well educated, and they don't use that jive language and lingo. As far as sounding, I was just wondering if I sound like a Negro because my grandfather, unfortunately, he was white, but they thought he was Negro. And he called for a hotel up in New York, and they say, well, we're the white hotel. You probably want to call the hotel for coloreds. And he was very offended by that.
By the way, if that story was true, and I question that, if that story was true, Meade's grandfather was upset, not because they were a segregated hotel. He's upset because they thought he was black.
Sound like a Negro because my grandfather, unfortunately, he was white, but they thought he was Negro.
Uh-oh. Meade's starting to laugh. Once he starts, he can't stop. All right, enough of that. Let's get back to Meade talking about what he sounds like. Specifically, the race he sounds like.
I really want to call the Hotel for Coloreds.
Oh, well.
And he was very offended by that.
Yeah.
I don't take offense at it because I think a well-educated Negro is a very, very pleasant-sounding Negro. That's what it doesn't offend me, but...
That saying deserves to be on a bumper sticker. I'm thinking about selling those in the Distorted View store. Would some of my black listeners buy a bumper sticker that reads, "A well-educated Negro is a pleasant-sounding Negro"? Or maybe a well-educated Negro is a non-threatening Negro. I mean, we could have a whole line of these things. I'm afraid I'm going to have to cut Meade in on some of the sales, though, since he came up with that. Well, that's what Meade was asking. He was wondering if he sounded black. He's the least black-sounding person in the world. As a matter of fact, someone else in the Discord did some further research. Now, many of you might not know this, but Meade has some siblings. I don't know how many. He has at least one brother, Reverend Skullfucker. Again, thank you, Reverend Skullfucker, my investigative journalist here. Reverend Skullfucker found Meade's brother's YouTube channel. This is the first time I ever saw Meade. He looks like Meade. You can definitely tell they're siblings. Here's what's interesting about him, though. Meade's brother is like a real estate guy or something. And so take a listen. He's talking about the housing market here.
Hi, it's Randy Hoffey with the Jody and Randy team. Hey, we get this question all the time. People want to know if we're in a housing market correction right now.
He sounds like a normal guy, right? Now, I understand, not all siblings are going to sound alike. Like, I mean, I understand people have different voices and stuff. But what's odd is this guy who lives in the same area as Meade. They grew up together. I think he still lives in the Richmond, Virginia area. He does not have a Southern accent.
The short answer is no.
That's what I said. No, you don't have one.
Take a look at this. Well, it is true that the market is undergoing a shift.
Like, Meade's got that slack-jawed draw. Hey, everybody, this is Meade here.
Going through a correction. That's because there's a significant difference between what people call correction and what we're seeing today. Forbes defines a correction
the South will rise again
as a decline of 10 to 20% or more.
Right. Okay. So the speech patterns are completely different. So the working theory now in the Discord among my listeners of high educated intellectuals is the idiots in the Discord have come up with the idea that Meade has put on this affect because, he's got a hard on for the old South. He wants to be Southern, even though really he's kind of not. I mean, okay, Virginia is kind of the South, and I'm sure there are people there that do have Southern accents, but this family doesn't.
No. Experts are still projecting over an 8% home price.
Meade just romanticizes the Confederate South. He wishes he were born in the 1800s because he would have thrived during that time frame, I'm sure. We'd all be reading about the great General Meade Skelton, who defeated the Union Army. Thank God Meade protected our right to all own slaves. The other thing that really annoyed me back when Meade was recording that audio clip to ask people if he sounded black or not is, he was like, I take it as a compliment that I sound like a well-educated black person. Meanwhile, whenever he writes about black or brown people on that message board, he was like, I'm so glad I'm not black. I'm so glad I'm not a shit skin. I'd hang myself. He really knows how to turn his racism on and off. Well, it's never completely off. Base level is always at a 6 or 7, but sometimes he can ratchet it down to a 3 or 4. Other times it sits comfortably at an 8 to 9. Anyway, so that's a little Meade Skelton update for your Monday. Great way to start the week. Oh, one last final note. Has Meade ever pronounced his name for us? Meade's name is Meade Skelton Hoff or Meade Hoff Skelton. I don't even think Skelton is really part of his name. Probably like his grandfather on his mother's side name or, something like that. but he loves to go by it. He's very proud of that Skelton name, most likely because the Skeltons are the ones who own slaves at some point. Anyway, Meade's brother pronounces his last name Hoffy.
Hi, it's Randy Hoffy with the Jody and Randy team.
Randy Hoffy.
Hi, it's Randy Hoffy with the Jody and Randy team.
Rhymes with coffee. I don't know if that's how Meade would pronounce that name or not. Need to dig through the archives. All right, my investigative team over in the Discord, I'm sure. They're on it. All right, moving on. I do have one more Utard update for you. Our good friend, well, I don't want to call him a good friend. This is just someone we featured a bunch here on the show. Don't want to be that closely associated with him. Galileo 2333 is back with his opinion on some recent sexual assault allegations.
Hi, Galileo 2333. George Foreman, I hear, has been accused of sexual assault by some
I haven't heard that one. George Foreman.
Women. If he did that, good. That should be not a crime. It should be seen as a good deed that he did. And also, Ron Jeremy, some guy, has been accused. I don't know, much about it, but they just said.
Who the hell doesn't know who Ron Jeremy is? Especially guys. I've never even really seen a Ron Jeremy porn, but I can tell you what he looks like naked. He's hairy. I could describe his cock to you. I don't know how I know it. It's just in my mind. Every guy knows who Ron Jeremy is, except for Galileo 2333. Further proof that he truly is a pedophile. He's only interested in underage girl porn, which is why, again, I'm urging the FBI to find this guy and look at his computer. I guarantee you'll be shocked. Well, I don't know if shocked is the right word. We all know what's going to be on the computer, but still, you'll probably find a shocking amount. Anyway, Ron Jeremy, before the sexual assault allegations, by the way, recorded a little intro for DV.
Hey, this is Ron Jeremy.
He always has that fucking harmonica with him.
And you're listening to Distorted View.
Listen to how hard he hit that word listening.
And you're listening.
That's because years ago, he recorded a promo and he's like, you're watching Distorted View. And so the DV freak who met Ron Jeremy this time was like, you gotta say listen. You're listening.
This is Ron Jeremy.
It's an audio show.
And you're listening. To Distorted View.
Good work. I can't play that intro anymore because, he's all rapey.
Know much about it, but there's just some guy that's been accused of for a very long period of time, 40 years or more, he was having sex with lots and lots of teenage girls. And yeah, every one of those, I hope it's true. And he should be completely exonerated, and that shouldn't be a crime.
Scorching hot take from Galileo 2333.
Teenage and preteen girls are sexy, and they should.
Hold on just a second. I got to write this in my notes. Make sure to isolate this audio.
Teenage and preteen girls are sexy, and they should make society so that adult men can have sexual interaction with those young girls. Lolita for all is, my motto. There should be charitable programs that actually help, introduce guys who are, disadvantaged somehow, like disabled.
Like a government matchmaking service that hooks up old dudes with underage girls.
Or, homeless, that kind of stuff.
I gotta say, you're asking a lot of the government. Congress is paralyzed. They can't do anything. You want them to pass laws legalizing sex with underage girls and then creating a whole new institution that will help old men hook up with little girls.
Do some young girls, especially during the summertime.
Especially in the summertime.
Because, a lot of guys start to feel like really lonely and frustrated during the summer if they're disadvantaged, and let's end that. Let's have it so those guys can get young girls. There's just more stuff coming up. A lot of guys, everywhere, you can't even, you can't swing a cat without running into another guy that's hitting another guy that's been, had, Me Too allegations. So the way we should respond to the Me Too is that saying that, those guys had sex and took advantage of young girls, and that should be a good thing.
Yeah.
And they should legalize that and pardon the guy from prison and make society so the guys can do that. Galileo 2333 signing off.
Galileo 2333 for president, I say. Well, there you go. Just a few Utard updates. Woo! This past weekend, Lord Douche and I were talking about ASMR and sounds that people go to sleep to. We were trying to find some really loud thunderstorm sounds that we could play in front of our dog, because our dog is afraid of lightning and thunder and stuff, and we thought we might be able to desensitize them if we just have this playing. I love this stuff, by the way. I could fall asleep to this. This would put me right to bed. We played this particular one for our dogs. They could not care less. It's not the same thing as a real thunderstorm, apparently. I think it might have something to do with vibrations, too. I don't know. I think my dogs may be Native American. I don't know. They can feel weather in their feet. This led me to an article about, sounds that people fall asleep to. And, some people actually like really peculiar sounds. If you've ever seen on YouTube, 10-hour compilations, it's typically because the people will play this while they're drifting off to sleep, right? And, people normally sleep 6, 7, 8 hours, right? So, yeah, a 10-hour video makes perfect sense. Here's 10 hours of babies crying. I can't imagine why anyone would put themselves through this. Especially, if you're a young parent, right? If you've got a little baby at home. Could you imagine someone actually wanting to experience this? To live like this? It's madness, man. So that's 10 hours long. There have been mothers who have been so sleep deprived because their babies won't stop crying that they end up murdering the kid. I think that's what happened with that Susan Smith back in the 90s, right? She put her kids in the back seat of a car right by a lake, and then she took the parking brake off, and the car went into the lake, and the kids drowned. They wouldn't shut the fuck up. Here's a 10-hour compilation of the Windows blue screen of death with the sound of a computer crashing. If music is playing or something when the blue screen of death appears, kind of just freaks out. No one is drifting off to sleep to this. This is a joke, right? Then there are some of these long-ass videos that are actually kind of challenging. It's kind of turning sleep into a game. There's one where it's completely silent, right? The video, for the most part, it's just this. Nothing. But then, very sporadically, the Taco Bell sound at maximum volume will play. And you never know when it's coming. Some comments include, listening to this is scarier than any horror game. You never know when the Taco Bell noise is coming. Yeah, try drifting off to sleep, knowing that sound is going to pop up at a random time. The anticipation on that one is the thing that's troubling. What's worse, though, is 10 hours of fork scratching plate sounds. Oh! Only complete psychopaths would fall asleep to this. This is a 10-hour video with 1.6 million views on YouTube. One of the first comments on this video is, listen to this every day when you sleep and you will become invincible. And it is exactly 10 hours long. The last one I have for you here is not as difficult to listen to as the fork scratching a plate. It is disturbing, though. 10 hours of brutal pipe murder. Someone being beaten with a pipe. Lord Douche said this is the one that he could drift off to sleep to. He doesn't like it, though, because of the horror music in the background. He wishes it was just a little more realistic. Not the music. Just a guy getting beaten with a pipe for 10 hours. Just some unique ASMR sounds to drift off to sleep to. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Pajamas in the Discord yesterday, independent from everything going on with me and Lord Douche, found an ASMR video that he found interesting. This is only 5 minutes long, so I doubt you could drift off to sleep to this. But it looks like it is someone applying lube to a sex toy and then taking a glass dildo and pushing into the hole. And you just hear the juicy, wet sounds. Oh. That's almost worse than the fork plate thing. He's really getting in there. Is the microphone in the sex toy? Willow says this makes me go to sleep so fast I love it. Someone else said this gives me tingles all over. This gives me tingles all over my body. I already feel so good watching this. All right. Okay. That's plenty of ASMR today. Finally, before we get into the news, I thought we'd check in with Attila and Jewel, the in real life streamers who are always fighting with one another. They're always drunk or high, having a mental breakdown. Typically, it's Jewel. Here is Jewel upset because she thinks the next door neighbor has sucked off Attila. Apparently, Attila and Jewel are no longer living in an RV or out of their car, homeless, whatever. They found a place to live, although I don't think they're going to be there for long.
Sorry. It's my day off.
Oh, it's your day off.
Well, look at it this way.
There's several people in the room here. There's that woman Gochi. There's some guy who you can hear clearly. Attila is off camera.
Well, look at it this way. What you did to me earlier today, he didn't attack you for it. He didn't attack.
Now this guy, I wish he would shut up because Jules talking about the blowjob in the background.
What you did to me earlier today, he didn't attack you for it. He didn't attack you for what you did to me earlier today.
Someone donated $3 and said, Jewel, do you really care if Attila got a blowy? You gave Jacob a blowy while Attila was praying. They cheat on each other a lot, I guess.
Anonymous sent $3, Jewel. Do you really care if Attila got a blowy? You gave Jacob a blowy while Attila was praying.
Jewel got up and is knocking on the next door neighbor's door to confront her about the blowjob.
Oh, no. I'm about to have to fight someone.
You scared the fuck out of me. He said what, you gave him a blowjob? What the fuck? Yeah, this dude, retard ass. Who said I gave him a blowjob? I sucked your dick? When? Huh? When? When did I suck your dick? No, did any of you guys suck his dick? Nobody. They came here and smoked a fucking cigarette.
By a show of hands, who here has sucked Attila's dick?
When did I suck your dick? No, did any of you guys suck his dick? Nobody. They came here and smoked a fucking cigarette. I know, he's so fucking stupid. You're fucking retarded. Don't ever he's trying to fucking look, you don't know me. Remember that.
You don't know us.
And you don't know me. Don't lie on her name. Don't fucking lie on my name. I'm sorry, he's cheated on me with fucking girls. First of all, she's gay as fuck. I don't even like niggas, bro. I eat pussy. I'll fuck your wife Friday. Think about fucking you. I'm sorry.
Jewel, are you really sorry? You should let this woman eat your pussy. Come on, be nice. Offer it up.
I'll fuck your wife Friday. Think about fucking you. I'm sorry. He's
You're
so
sorry?
weird.
What are you sorry for? Assaulting me? Huh?
So now Attila, if you listen closely, Attila is saying that Jewel assaulted him. Is that what you're sorry for?
What are you sorry for? Assaulting me? Huh? Are you sorry for assaulting me?
You're lying to me?
I can say whatever the fuck I want. You're not allowed to assault me. That's assault. That's assault, bitch. You've been arrested for that before.
It's true.
Can you fucking
Should we get the cops here?
Can you fucking
No, I'm not going to apologize for you assaulting me, you crazy bitch.
Yeah, why does Attila have to apologize? You seem to think he was getting his dick sucked. You confronted the next door neighbor and, she denied it. So what does he have to apologize for? You're the one acting crazy. It's always the fucking case.
Crazy bitch.
I don't care.
You're a psychopath. And this book is under my name. So get the fuck out of my room. Get the fuck out of my room. Because this is my room, under my name.
Can you believe they've had multiple children together? I mean, they've lost them all. They had to give them up, which has got to be for the best there. I've got some other newish clips as well. Here they are fighting at an RV campground.
Every single last dollar that I fucking have. And you sit there and think it's funny and you want to fight with me more. Fuck off!
You're the one fighting with me.
Yeah.
Jimmy Rizzo sent $3 Attila. What happened?
I need somebody to fucking be around, but it's not fucking abusive.
You're the abusive one.
You're the abusive one. Cool, dude. That's why I want to get the fuck away from you.
Now, I don't know if Attila is abusive in any way, shape, or form. He probably is, but, their whole life is on stream, and it's always the Jewel here who's flipping the fuck out and screaming.
Talk about your fucking self. Yourself. You.
Yeah, she's the one that grabs him a lot.
Nobody's making you stay here. Get the fuck out of my fucking life. You can't even last 5 fucking minutes without fucking fighting with someone. That's pretty, I'm just sitting here doing my own fucking thing! Yeah! I'm sitting here doing my own thing! Leave me the fuck alone! Yeah, you're attacking me and abusing me!
She's outside. He's in the RV. He's walked away at this point. You're abusing me! Oh, the last thing I wanted to mention about Attila and Jewel is they had a house guest for a while. Andy Dick came to live with them. Yeah, streamer worlds are colliding. It didn't go so well. Andy Dick didn't like, apparently their donation system is one where people can donate money and then play sound clips and stuff. And the sound clip someone chose to play was the Grant McDonald cowboy gay ranch thing.
This one's the best.
Yeah. Attila and Jewel love it. Andy Dick, not so much.
18 naked cowboys in the showers at Ram Ranch. Big head throbbing cocks wanting to be sucked.
Andy Dick's like, who is this? What?
To be sucked.
You'd think Andy Dick would like this, appreciate Ram Ranch.
18 naked cowboys wanting to be
turn that off.
Cowboys in the showers
Turn it off.
at Ram Ranch.
This is free.
Wanting to suck cowboys.
I'll talk to them.
No, turn yours off.
I know, but they can actually send a donation with their voice at any time.
Turn it off so I can hear them. They want to talk to you.
I'm down.
They want to talk to you,
well,
dude.
Maybe I don't want to talk to them,
I
dude.
don't give a shit. Talk to them.
Hello?
Andy is taking phone calls. Because, Great Big Pete and Vlad will call. Andy Dick just gives out his phone number to anyone. Andy Dick gets phone calls all the time, and we'll just answer and chat with whoever.
Talk to them, dude.
I don't give a shit.
Attila doesn't want to talk to randos.
I want to talk to them,
I
dude.
don't give a shit. Talk to them.
Hello?
Yeah, but he's crying like a fag. He's bullying you two disabled retards.
That was a good read on the situation. Andy Dick's crying like a fag, and you two idiots, meaning Attila and Jewel, are retards. I think that's a good description of all the players involved in this clip. All right, and with that, let's get into the crazy, bizarre twist and fucked up news right now. All right, if you enjoy Distorted View Daily, why not become one of my buddies? Join the club. I'll grease you up, you grease me up. We'll do some butt stuff, stick our fingers in each other's dick holes. This is what friends do with one another. Become a member of the Sideshow DV's member site, where you gain full access to the entire archive of programs. Been at the show since December 2004, so there are thousands and thousands of past episodes to listen to. More importantly, every week I do brand new exclusive shows just for paying freaks. Tomorrow I will be doing a Sideshow exclusive podcast, and on Thursday as well, just like last week. Typically, we do 2 episodes a week. It's a great time to sign up. Superfreaksideshow.com memberships are very inexpensive. Only $6.99 a month, even less when you opt for a quarterly, semi-annual, yearly, or lifetime membership. And if you happen to use Spotify or Apple Podcasts, you can sign up for new Sideshow exclusive episodes right in the app. Just a few taps, bing, bang, boom, you are in. The final way to support DV is we've got a Patreon account. Patreon.com/distortedview. You can pledge as little as $1 over there. Every little bit helps. If you pledge at least $5, you get access to a special voicemail line where I will play your calls first. Okay, 3 very quick stories now. First up, we were just talking about Meade, who lives in Virginia. This story has a lot of Meade vibes going on, and it happens to be from Virginia as well. A Gretna man. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, although I don't really care. A Gretna man says his Danville physician assistant increased his medication dosage after he noticed a Confederate flag on the physician assistant's wall. Why would he be given more medication because he noticed a flag? Well, Donald Wilson is diagnosed with anxiety and PTSD, causing him to seek psychiatric care. What he thought would be a regular follow-up appointment, Wilson said, turned into a traumatic experience. Wilson called his healthcare professional, Pamela Odell, through video chat on Friday. When he noticed Odell sitting by a Confederate flag, he said that kind of caught him off guard. It's an issue for him because he's black. They tend to be more sensitive about Confederate flags. I have no idea why. Odell was listed as a physician assistant certified on Paths Inc.'s website, but her bio has since been removed. I bet you she's been fired. By me being a black male, I felt really uncomfortable, he said. She told me, Mr. Wilson, I do not know what you're talking about. There's no flag on my wall. So then she increased his medication, I guess making him believe that he's just full-on crazy, seeing things now. Oh, you're seeing flags on the wall. You're just straight up delusional. Yeah, we're going to have to pump you full of meds. She probably wanted him so drugged up he wouldn't be able to speak at all. She could get in serious trouble if she had a Confederate flag on the wall, right? One of two things happened here. Either she did have a Confederate flag on the wall and she wanted this guy to shut up about it, or, he really is delusional and needs that medication. Well, I believe we have some definitive proof here because Mr. Wilson was smart enough to take some screenshots of his chat. Yeah, he's techno-savvy. Yes, Wilson said he took screenshots of the flag as Odell started to turn the camera away from the flag. It's hard to get away with the whole, I don't have a flag on the wall. I don't know what you're talking about, as she's moving the camera, positioning it so that the flag is no longer in view. He said she continued to deny the flag's existence, claiming he was paranoid. Wilson said she then doubled the dosage of his sedative medication without another appointment. I was just so emotionally unstable at the time, I went down to her office because I thought she was trying to knock me out or she was trying to kill me. She was just trying to knock you out, just trying to keep you quiet so you didn't tell anyone about the Confederate flag thing. Wilson said he spoke with the CEO of Paths on Monday, who told him Odell had been fired. She refused to comment on the situation. According to the Virginia Department of Health Professions, Odell's medical license is still active. To play on my mental psyche after I've been a patient of yours for a year, there's no excuse for her actions, Wilson said. Wilson said he hopes Paths will investigate if Odell has done this to other patients. He also said he's contacted multiple health agencies about what happened to him and is looking to take legal action. At first I thought, this is, of course he's going to file a lawsuit. He wants a payday. That's the American way. But what really happened? She was going to prescribe him an extra dosage, but he immediately knew something was wrong, took a screenshot of the Confederate flag as proof that he's not seeing things. And that was pretty much it. The woman got fired. But anytime there's wrongdoing in the medical field, it's like a big deal. Negligence and malpractice and stuff. I mean, this guy's gonna clean up, right? I mean, I'd probably sue too. It just makes financial sense. Ding. All right, second story we have for you today. A British man is dead and a woman believed to be his partner was severely injured after what's been described as a sex game gone horribly wrong. A chambermaid at a luxury 350-pound-a-night hotel in Florence, Italy, raised the alarm after the British woman, who was covered in cuts and bruises, begged her for help. You know that fun sex game where you carve your lover up like a turkey? Paramedics rushed to the 4-star Hotel Continental in central Florence, and the woman was taken to the nearby hospital where she is reported to be in serious but stable condition. She's in rough shape, but ultimately she won the sex game. I'm assuming it was like a last man standing type of thing, right? He's dead, she's at least alive. The couple are reportedly estate agents from the Manchester area. An Italian newspaper reported, quote, among the hypotheses that still have to be confirmed by the investigators is that of a quarrel between the two tourists, which culminated in violence. Yet it could have also been an erotic game. Other guests they don't even know. The headline of this story was like, there's a hotel sex game gone wrong. Now they're saying, oh, that's just one theory based on nothing. We're just throwing ideas out there. What sounds more plausible? You're in an abusive relationship. You both are fucking nuts. You got drunk. You started to fight, and then you started to stab one another. Or cutting each other up and barely missing vital organs is such a turn on, you incorporated it into your sex. Other guests at the hotel were already said to have contacted the reception desk about, quote, shouting and banging coming from the couple's room. Again, it sounds like they were arguing. That's, why you would shout. This newspaper should be sued. This is fucking clickbait, man. The 40-year-old British man who died is understood to have suffered a seizure while taking part in a sex game with his 43-year-old partner. Again, the news says that? But it could have also had something to do with all the cuts and bruises. The local police source said the people involved are both British, and at the moment we're working on two theories: an erotic game that went wrong or some sort of domestic argument. The general direction is that of an erotic game. Oh, they're leaning towards erotic game. Okay. Now I feel at least a little better about reading this story. The man, described as an amateur league rugby player, was found with a series of cuts, bruises, and other injuries on his body. And so was the woman, although she was more seriously hurt. Really? More seriously than dead? Because dead's pretty serious. The man appears to have had some sort of seizure. That's what ended up killing him. So cuts-wise, she had it worse. Seizure-wise, he won that game. All right, there is blood in the room, and the forensic teams are working there at the moment while the woman has been taken to the hospital for treatment. The woman's condition is reportedly serious but not life-threatening. Police say they anticipate being able to question her in the next few hours, at which point they will know more about the cause of the horrific incident. As long as she's telling the truth. The hotel is described by TripAdvisor as the place to see and be seen. I guess the guy read that wrong. The place to seize? All right, I'll have a seizure here. It's the place to seize and be seized. All right, yes, the place to see and be seen. A catwalk for fashion and desire in the heart of Florence. Okay. Temperatures in Florence are a scorching 37 degrees. That's Celsius, so doing some quick conversion, it's what, 98.6? It's not even that hot. That's what your body is. You can't handle feeling what's inside your body, you loser. Season up. 98.6 degrees. Apparently, this is well within the range where people who are unused to that weather can experience heat cramps and exhaustion. More conjecture from the news. Is that the right usage of conjecture? More importantly, have I pronounced it correctly yet? Gave you a few readings, a few options to choose from there. But you see what I'm saying? Like the news is like, hey, it was 98.6 degrees. That's probably why he had a seizure, you know? There's no evidence of that. You don't know why he had a seizure. The woman was probably beating the shit out of him when he seized up. You know, he probably suffered a concussion or something. Who knows? Well, it's so hot out. No wonder he's having a seizure. Well, he's also in a hotel room. They may have air conditioning. May have not been, 100 degrees in the room. Whatever. All right. Final. I get so angry at these news stories. Final story we have for you today. When David Teetelbaum was looking to launch his sneakers for Rose in Good Faith, I don't know what that is. Apparently some e-commerce site or a clothing company he was starting. He wanted a product that really told a story. So he teamed up with an unlikely partner, Doc Johnson, the sex toy manufacturer. And that's how Dildo-Heeled shoes were born. Ta-da! Behold! No, these are not Dildo-Heeled shoes. Although that's not a bad idea. For nearly 2 years, the LA-based label worked on a process that could upcycle Doc Johnson's adult toys that were damaged or defective through manufacturing and turn them into a chunky, wearable, and stylish shoe called Plastic Soul. which launches today. I feel like they could have picked a better name. How about Dick Martens? Instead of Doc Martens. I don't know. You could have had more fun with it. Plastic Soul. Boring. Through a complex recycling system, the toys were ground down into millimeter-sized cubes of TPE. That's thermoplastic elastomer, or something like that. Mixed with non-bleach EVA, which is ethylene vinyl something, acetate, foam, and injection molded into the shape of a plastic sole shoe. Quote, when we started the design process, I wanted to create something that was both timeless and exceptionally useful. Turns out we produced a shoe that's more comfortable than any shoe on the market. Well, think about how good pocket pussies feel when you slide your dick in one of those. This is just a giant pocket pussy. A pussy for your feet. That could have been the name of the shoe. Foot pussies. Again, way better than plastic sole. Foot pussy. Yeah, foot pussy. All right, where are we at here? Turns out we produced a shoe that's more comfortable than any shoe on the market, and just like our collaborations, the piece tells a story. We hope the shoe will transcend time and inspire a new perspective on upcycling. The brand is most known for collaborations with music artists. Oh, that's why I didn't know who this company was. Past projects include Capsules with Kid Laroi. I don't know what any of those words mean. I do know one of Kid Laroi's songs. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. I don't know what a capsule is. Their first mainline shoe, which will go for about $130 and be available at the Webster and H. Lorenzo, marks the beginning stages of a renewed brand vision for Rose in Good Faith. We're so proud of this partnership with Rose in Good Faith to promote sex positivity through fashion and innovation, said Doc Johnson's COO, Chad Braverman. It was important to us that we create a shoe that was conscious of environmental impact, which is why we are beyond thrilled to make these using our upcycled sex toy material. We can't wait to get these out in the world as part of our global movement to destigmatize sexual health and wellness. Well, if you want to see what these shoes look like, I don't know. I mean, it's like a cross between Crocs and a sneaker, I guess. It just seems like it's all one piece. Just a big plasticky shoe. The only reason I would want one is because they're made out of dildos. He's right. The shoe does have a story to tell. My shoe has seen a lot of pussy. It would have been cooler if these were used sex toys, honestly. Remember those old commercials where you could, pay 30 cents a day to sponsor a child in Africa? And when you start, you get a letter, and you get a picture of the kid and a little letter, and they explain who the kid is, what he likes to do and stuff. That's what I want with my sex toy shoe. I want to know who owned this dildo prior, what they did with it, where they stuck it. Was it a solo thing? Were you using it on your partner? I want a whole history. And then, so when I wear the shoe, I can say, you won't believe this. My shoe used to be a butt plug owned by a 37-year-old housewife in Pennsylvania. She had this thing for 12 years. This dildo moved from Massachusetts to Washington to Pennsylvania. She not only used the dildo on herself, but she tried to use it on her first boyfriend. It's one of the reasons why they broke up. Then, on Christmas 2 years ago, she was woken up by her dog. Apparently, it grabbed the butt plug off of her nightstand, ran outside, tried to bury it in the front yard, just as her in-laws were pulling into the driveway with Christmas presents for the kids. They saw the butt plug. Neighbors saw the butt plug. She tried to convince her in-laws that this was actually a dog toy, but the in-laws totally knew. They were weird the whole weekend. Then, last December, once again, the in-laws come for Christmas, and what did they get her? In a big, beautiful box with a bow on top, it was a brand new butt plug. Oh, the family laughed and laughed. Well, she doesn't need two butt plugs, so the old one officially had to be retired, and it was turned into my shoe. What an amazing story! See? A real conversation piece. That's how you sell a recycled sex toy shoe. Again, if you want to see what this thing looks like, check out the chapter artwork. I'll also try to make it today's featured image over there at DistortedView.com and SuperFreakSideshow.com. That, my friends, is your Distorted News for Monday. Let's do a couple voicemails and get the hell out of here. All right, guys, I love to hear from you freaks, and there are many ways to contact the show. Show at DistortedView.com. I'm all over social media at DistortedView on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook.com/DistortedViewShow. Don't forget, we've got a new YouTube channel. I haven't posted in the last couple weeks, but that is all changing this week. Maybe today I'll have one for you. I don't know. We'll see how ambitious I get. To follow us and subscribe on YouTube, there is a link on the main navigation bar over there at DistortedView.com. Also, put a link in the show notes today. Thank you so much to everyone who's already subscribed and who enjoyed the videos I have been posting. All right, let's check in with some freaks here.
Hey, Tim, it's Dave from Lincoln. I called the other day. I didn't realize my message got cut off somehow. Anyway, nasal pillow stuck.
Nasal pillows. Yeah, he's talking about CPAP machines because I can't breathe at night. My body doesn't want to breathe.
I switched to a full face mask a long time ago and sleep fantastic.
You know what? I got to be honest with you. I got this full face mask last week. End of last week, I think. It's something they call a hybrid, so it's not as big as like the full mask. It just sort of goes on the bottom of your nose and around your mouth. Loving it already. I'm not 100% comfortable, but I'm able to sleep, at least some, That being said, the face mask presents additional problems that the nasal ones don't. Well, I wasn't thinking about this. So for those of you that don't know, again, the nasal pillows are just basically these things that go in your nostrils, and it shoots air up into your nose. Problem is, if you open your mouth, at night, the air comes whooshing out, and that wakes me up. So now I'm using the face mask, as I've mentioned on the show. The problem is, so the face masks, everything has to seal, right? So the air doesn't leak out. But then, if you sleep with your mouth open, if you're breathing partially through your mouth is open. And what happens if you drool, right? So now, in addition to breathing through my mouth at night, I also found out that I tend to drool, and it's like pooling inside this mask. I'm drowning, and it's sealed, so it doesn't come out of the mask. It just collects in there. Oh, it is so fucking disgusting.
But I did have
let me edit that. I am so fucking disgusting.
Theory. Maybe you are a mouth breather because your mouth wants to stay open to take all the cock. Looks like
that's a good theory.
But I'm a mouth breather too, so that can't be it, right?
Well, it's interesting because I don't breathe through my mouth like during the day for the most part. Sometimes I gotta open my mouth and take a big deep breath, but for the most part I can breathe through my nose. But at night, when I'm unconscious and not thinking about anything, apparently my mouth just sort of wants to slide open. And you're right, it wants to just take dick.
Okay.
Tim's mouth is open for business, boys.
Am I gay? Anyway,
yeah, you might be gay too. I think all mouth breathers are at least a little gay.
Hey, Tim. Haley's Comet calling up. You recently posed a question during your discussion of the vulva perfume.
Vulva!
Specifically, how different are different women's vulvas? Now, as a gay man, you are naturally going to have far less experience with women's vulvas.
Not only do I have less experience, I am afraid. I fear the vulva.
They're going to have far less experience.
Which is a horror movie I'm working on. Fear the vulva.
With women's vulvas. Majority of your heterosexual male and your lesbian listeners.
Look, I could smell vulva if I wanted to smell vulva.
I'm going to defer not to my own experiences, but to a conversation I had with a friend of mine. Her sexual partners of both genders are well into the mid-triple digits of each gender.
Wow. Okay.
So she has probably a wider selection criteria than...
Bit of an authority on the matter, really.
Most of the freaks combined. She had told me that diet and exercise and personal hygiene...
Well, of course. Anything that comes out of your body is going to be affected by diet. Like secretions, anything juicy.
Have a huge impact on the flavor of the sexual fluids of both men and women.
Yeah.
So everything you may have noticed about the variances in ball fragrance and semen tastes and textures between your partners, it applies to women's vulvas as well.
I mean, that's all well and good. I don't think that's exactly what I was looking for information-wise when it comes to the smell, the variations of smells of vulvas. What was I trying to get it based on, like old and young, maybe? Do old vulvas smell different than young vulvas?
Haven't you ever been to a frat party? Unicorn hamster, I'm gonna fucking cut your fucking nuts off. You fat piece of shit, you fucking retarded motherfucker. Ease off the voicemails. You're hated by all.
He hasn't really called in recently, has he?
Regardless of whoever's patting you on the back in the fucking Discord, you're a piece of fucking shit.
Yeah, Unicorn, you're a piece of shit.
I'm gonna guarantee
I've been meaning to say that for a while.
To you that 99.
Now I got someone who's got my back. We're gonna gang up on you. You're a fucking piece of shit.
9% of the people that hear your fucking Down syndrome voice feel the same fucking way.
God,
I want
brutal.
You to get inside your dump truck that you inevitably drive for a living and drive off a cliff and then suck your own dick after it crashes. Okay? Suck your own dick, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good way to restart some voicemail wars. That is all the time we have on this edition of the program. We'll leave on that positive message. I want you guys to email me, show@distortedview.com. Distortedview.com is our official website. Voicemail line for you, 206-666-4463. That's 206-66. Oh, God, is it? Oh, God.
I don't even like niggas, bro. I eat pussy.
Spread the distortion. STD. Tell all your friends about the show. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating, a thumbs up, or like wherever you can rate and review podcasts. I will see you back tomorrow if and only if you're Sideshow members. So it's a great time to sign up if you want to catch tomorrow's episode. Otherwise, I'll be back on Wednesday. Until then, have a great day. Bye, everybody. Distorted View Daily proudly presents. Jesus.
This has been another excellent podcast from the Scribe Media Group. Learn more at scribe.net.